Welcome to One Up My News, episode 11. We're going to be talking about Sony skipping E3 2019, Microsoft may be releasing a discless console next year, and Nintendo officially has something to say about the Nintendo 64 Classic. Enjoy the show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to One Up My News numero, how do you say 11 in Spanish? I should probably know that because I'm in Spanish class right now. My name is Ryan Smith, and I'm joined, as always, by Jordan Sams. I'm going to try to keep it explicit free.
That's right. So we can get in all the other countries that listen to the podcast. What's up, man?
Nothing much. Thanksgiving break is upon us, so I'm super stoked about that, honestly.
I don't understand what that means because I work at a restaurant and we're always open. So
Okay, so you remember when you were in high school and college?
Yep.
And then around Thanksgiving time, you got some time off?
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
So that's what this is, yeah.
That is nice. No, I understand that because in my business, they're like, yeah, we don't need you to come to work today. I'm like, thanks, guys. Appreciate you telling me that. So, like, I had 6 days off, and it was real weird. I didn't like it.
Yeah, you got kind of bored or something?
I did got bored. Like, that's, yeah.
I did got bored.
Yeah, after a while, man. After, like, the third day of being off, you like, want to go do stuff, and you start looking at your bank account, and you're like, I need money, and I like to eat regularly. So, like,
yeah,
by the fifth day, I just showed up at work, and I was like, I'm working today. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I'm working today. You're going to pay me something. So,
they just gave you a bag of saltine crackers?
They actually just gave me a bag of fermented lemons and told me to go home.
Told you to go home.
Yeah, they're like, here you go home.
So, Jordan has beaten Red Dead Redemption.
But we can talk about that on One Up Me. Not One Up My News, which is this show. We can talk about it on our other show.
We're going to talk about it right now.
Fine, I'll give them
because I don't know how you beat it.
I had 6 days off work.
But you were like, I swear, like less than 4 days ago, you were like, I'm about halfway through, and 2 days later, he's like, I beat Red Dead. I'm like, what?
That's all I did though for those days. That's literally I woke up and like obviously I ate food and showered and stuff, but that's all I did. I just sat and played Red Dead. And I'm
still less than 30% through.
Yeah.
So that's happening. I don't know how long it's going to take me to beat. That game is really big.
The only thing I will say is just have multiple save files.
No.
Okay, fine. I warned you, listeners. Have multiple save files on Red Dead Redemption 2.
I don't know what that means.
Well,
now I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen that I need to save it again.
So the new releases for this week are you excited for any of these? I'm not excited for any of these.
I'm not. Battlefield 5 for the PS4, Xbox One. I guess I'm probably PC. I don't know. I forgot to write that down. It's getting good reviews.
It's not coming out for PC.
Are you sure? Really?
I mean, I'll look it up right now, live, and I don't think so.
It's good reviews. It's got the normal Battlefield complaints. Valiant Hearts is coming out for Switch. It's a good game if y'all want to play like a very weird artsy kind of sad game about World War One. I think it's World War One. Go play that. It's good.
You're right. It's coming out for PC. I know you're always right. You're very smart.
Right.
That's right.
Farming Simulator is coming out. 2019 is coming out next week. Oh, wait. No. Next week to us.
Yeah.
Not next week to you because of this is coming out next week. For the Xbox One, PC, and PS4. And then Benny and the Ink Machine will also be coming out for the PS4, Xbox, and Switch.
Is that tied to Cuphead?
No. No,
okay.
It's not. It's kind of the same aesthetic, I guess. It's a kind of puzzle horror game that's kind of like based on the like old school like Disney style aesthetic.
Okay.
So it's pretty interesting. So not a whole lot of games coming out next week, But we do have a good bit of news here. Unfortunately, we're going to have to start off with some bad news, though. As many of you know, Stan Lee has passed away at the age of 95. He had a good run, but at 95, you just go at any second, I guess.
Yeah, he's been sick for a while, and he's been trying to do. He's slow. He slowly did less and less conventions, and he was always. But so I saw something on Twitter that just kind of made me actually it pissed me off a pretty good bit. This person was like, "Well, at least he did his Avengers 4 cameo before he died," and I was that's not all that matters. I'm like, but
he did do that though. If anybody was wondering,
he did appear in Avengers 4 before he passed away, and it was, I'm grateful for what he's given the universe. It's amazing. There's tons of tributes out there. Everyone's doing their tribute to him in their own way, and it's man, I miss that guy. I actually am thinking about I've been thinking about these last couple of days going to get an Excelsior tattoo, but I haven't done that yet because I just haven't. I've just been thinking about it though.
I'm just trying not to make jokes right now. I'm a bad person.
You're not a bad person. You just deal with death differently than people.
You should get an Excelsior tattoo on your forehead.
I was actually gonna get it above my eyelids, so every time I blinks,
You should get Excel on one and then Seor on the other.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I also thought about just getting it really big across my chest, I got it in prison.
Get it on your knuckles.
Ooh,
letter by letter.
That's actually not a bad idea because I don't think my hands are gonna get any bigger or any smaller.
No,
so
you're in your 20s. I don't think so.
Yeah,
so I could get it. I don't think I could do that because I have such bony freaking knuckles. It would destroy the bones. Now I'm looking at my knuckles and I'm self-conscious because they look like anime character knuckles.
Well, luckily this is a podcast. Nobody can see your knuckles.
I can see them.
Well, then don't look at them. We'll saw them down later. But
oh my gosh! That's
speaking
horrible.
Speaking of things that are going to be painful and horrible.
Oh my gosh!
Sea of Thieves is getting a competitive PvP mode.
What does that mean?
So, PC Gamer told us that Sea of Thieves.
Us personally?
Yeah, developed by Rare. So Sea of Thieves is made by Rare. For those of you that don't know, it's getting a new competitive mode called the Arena, which will launch early next year.
Arena.
In the Arena, you and a group of friends take on rival crews, which is a polite way of saying gangs. This is a gang simulator. You're in a gang.
Oh yeah.
And they aim of amassing the most loot, except both ships are in hand-to-hand combat. Expect. Thank you. Both ships in hand-to-hand combat to try to sink your opponents and steal their goodies. Yep, that's kind of cool. It's also in service of impressing a new trading company called the Sea Dogs. So apparently they're the ones that'll have the treasure at the end. So you have to battle them or whatever. And so
I still like Sea of Thieves.
I do. It's awesome.
I haven't played in months.
I should have bought all of us Sea of Thieves instead of Elder Scrolls Online. That was a terrible financial decision on my part.
Well, Sea of Thieves wasn't Elder Scrolls Online on sale for $10.
Yeah, it was so $30, So
it's compared, Sea of Thieves. I mean, you can get game. The best way to do it is probably just get Games Pass.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. A coworker of mine was super mad at me that he didn't know I had Games Pass. He's like, "Why didn't you tell me?" I'm like, "I didn't know you played games and enjoyed games. I'm sorry that I didn't know that you had Sea of Thieves and we couldn't play it." He's still mad about that. He's like, "If you would have told me, we could have played Sea of Thieves." I'm like, "This was months ago.
Right.
Get over it."
Calm down, man.
I know, but now he's into Red Dead and he's forgot about it, kind of. So.
More Microsoft news as they acquire Obsidian Entertainment Inc. and Inxile Entertainment. This is on IGN. The Obsidian, as many people know, made Fallout New Vegas, South Park, The Secret of Truth, and the Pillars of Eternity series, as well as Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Whoop, whoop.
I think people
Old
already
Republic.
knew about this purchase. Many people are very excited about this, obviously, because Microsoft may finally be getting a studio that focuses on RPGs, which they have been severely lacking. So this is a very, very good pickup for them. Only unfortunate thing is now I might need to get an Xbox.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Or Games Pass,
Although, I was going to say, they've been focusing so much on putting everything on PC and Xbox.
Which is nice.
We'll see.
I really appreciate that.
I'm not ruling out getting an Xbox instead of a PlayStation 5 or whatever. Just, I like my Sony, but I'm kind of console agnostic in that way. Although, I just love Sony's exclusives so much. I doubt I won't get a PS5.
It's okay. I'll get a PS5 and whatever the next Xbox thing is. So we can have it.
And then Inxile, which is a lesser-known studio, was also purchased them. They also made role-playing games, including Wasteland 2, Torment, Tides of Numeria, Bard's Tale 5? No, 4. Mm-hmm. I think that's 4. And the upcoming Wasteland 3.
I've heard good things about Wasteland, but I couldn't tell you what it's about.
No, I haven't either. Microsoft also, from those of you who don't know, acquired Ninja Theory, Undead Labs, Compulsion Games, and Playground Games. So it looks like Microsoft might finally, oh my gosh, be getting some exclusives, especially RPGs. This is the thing they've been lacking this console generation.
And they also opened up a new studio in Santa Monica, California, called The Initiative, which they've been slowly recruiting some pretty big swingers for that throughout the game industry to work there. So we covered The Initiative a little bit on earliest One Up My News, and we'll definitely continue to cover Microsoft and all the gaming news when it comes up. Because I'm curious to see what they're going to do with The Initiative, because the name is very aggressive, and it's in Santa Monica, in California, where most dreams happen. So I'm curious to see what Microsoft is going to do, because it seems like they're making a lot of plays that are going to be beneficial to them as a company, and also to us as, I guess, news aggregators and gamers. Yeah, so I'm excited for that. Since
their kind of flop years ago at the Xbox One announcement, when they just horrible. It was so bad. If you want to
put their foot in their mouth.
Yeah, they've been doing better and better about putting the gamer first, making decisions like backwards compatibility.
Yeah,
and then purchasing these studios only shows that they're continuing to evolve, because that was the big thing that they're missing this generation is exclusives, and this looks to remedy that.
So
on the other side of the aisle, we have Pokemon news. Oh my gosh!
What do you think about this?
Detective Pikachu trailer got announced. It actually looks pretty good.
I love it.
Look horrifying, but
yeah, Jigglypuff,
dude, scroll down.
Okay.
You're on the tweet, right?
Yeah.
Scroll down.
Okay.
There's a picture of a Jigglypuff that looks like Dobby had a baby with a Jigglypuff.
Oh, I see that. I scrolled past it.
Really disturbing.
But, yeah, that's real creepy.
And this is why Jigglypuff is... Oh my gosh.
This person was like, everyone is freaking out about Jigglypuff.
Delete this now.
No, that, and so if you haven't seen the trailer, Jigglypuff is standing on a table and has a little swirl in its hair, and people are like, "What'd you think was gonna be right there? Like a swirl of flesh? Just a thing of flesh hanging down, all flopping around, like it's hair." And it's just it looks like it's gonna be hilarious. Mr. Mime is insanely creepy. I love that Ryan Reynolds is playing the voice of Pikachu. It seems like it's going to be a super funny movie. I'm going to see it. It reminds me of if you've seen the movie Ted, but with Pikachu. That's what it reminds me of.
Doesn't give me hope.
Oh, I liked Ted.
It's okay. Ted 2 is pretty trash.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're both bad movies, but they're funny.
What is this? The Ashy Shimba Globe? Is this in Japanese?
What?
This entire website's in Japanese. This link you've given me.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Okay, I'm translating it.
Oh, yeah, don't do that. It'll be very confusing. That's
Death
why I just
Stranding.
put
All the movies I saw getting bloodied by Hideo Kojima's idea and ability. What the... What?
Okay,
what does that mean?
The next piece of news is Death Stranding in the polishing phase.
I'm so confused.
So... I didn't open this link because it hurts my eyes to look at. But what happened is, I forgot who reported on this, but they linked me back to this article, which I read.
Oh my gosh, this is.
And I'm not gonna try to read it live, but what you should take away from this is Kojima has apparently been playing through the entire game since like a while and suggesting late improvements. The article said more. We're going to link it in the description, but it's translated from Japanese to English, and it's a very confusing read.
It's literally, the title or whatever is literally Death Stranding. All the movies I saw grew bloodied by Hideo Kojima's idea and ability. Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
Yeah, so I forgot what article linked to this article, but...
This article is called, is on globe.ashhigh.com.
Yeah, it'll be in the show notes.
Oh my gosh, good luck.
But that pretty much is what they take away. Death Stranding's on the polishing phase. It didn't give it a release date. It didn't give any of that, but it's right there. They're working on tying up the bow, giving it to us in a beautiful gift box. It's on its way. That's what I took away from this article after staring at it and reading the very mangled trash compactor Japanese to English translation Google gave me. So,
it's pretty unreadable.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It might be a
bad.
pretty good laugh if y'all want to look it up and translate it.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
All right.
On to some news that like Ryan put in the show notes, and I was like, no, they didn't.
Wait.
This is the new Square Enix game. That's not new. They just added some stuff to it and re-released it. So RPGamer reports World of Final Fantasy Maxima is available now. So
are you sure? I don't think this is what I looked up.
Oh, well,
yeah, I don't think this is what I was trying to look up.
Well, while I report this, you can look up what you were trying to look up. So Square Enix Mirage Stacking RPG World of Final Fantasy Maxima is now available on Switch, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Steam. This was originally released on November 6th.
This isn't what I was trying to...
Okay, well,
you keep reading it. But...
It was originally released for PS4, Steam, PlayStation Vita, and Xbox. And what they did with this is they just updated the version, gave it some new features, new avatar change system, which allows players to play through the adventure using their favorite Final Fantasy heroes and heroines into their stacks, and this will add more strategy into each battle. And it also includes additional mirages, which are the little creatures you collect in the game. It obviously adds more side quests, mini games, and a brand new difficulty for returning players called Nightmare Mode. So World of Final Fantasy Maxima can be acquired physically or digitally on Xbox One, like we said, digitally on the Switch, digitally only on the Switch for $39.99, or you can just update the game on your Steam or PlayStation 4 versions for $15.99. So that's pretty cool. It looks like a really cool style. Looks pretty nice. Yeah. So this was just an update for the Final Fantasy Square Enix game.
I'm pretty sure they announced a new game coming.
Really?
It might have been a rumor. I think it was from the people who made I think it's Tokyo RPG Factory. I might be wrong, so I can't find it because I don't really want to take the time. But there might be a new oh my gosh, it's so hot in my room. There might be a new RPG coming from the people who made it's like what's it called? Iron Setsuna. I can't find it because I screwed up and forgot to do it. But yeah, I guess you got two pieces of news, maybe.
Rumor: Square Enix is already working on a PS5 game. This is coming from Game Rant.
This may be
what else? Yeah. No. Nope. Remake. Nope. This is not. Okay, hang on. Plus, with Kingdom Hearts 3 launching in the next couple of months, there isn't a full team working on the remake at the moment. Okay, so the remake they're talking about is the 1997 JRPG. Has gone through its share of development and was announced with multi-part series.
No, you're talking about Final Fantasy. That's Final Fantasy 7. That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay, then never mind. This is not important, and I'm throwing my phone away.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 7 is not important.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I may have misled y'all. I can't remember. I saw it, and I forgot to look it up, and then now we're here. And
That's
now
okay.
we're talking about PUBG coming to PS4 on December 7th.
That's it. That's all there is. If you don't know what PUBG is, it's a player battle royale shooter. You throw people in. It's 100 people. They shoot people. They fight for conquest and survival, and that's it. So.
Yeah, well, hopefully it'll run better on PS4 than it did Xbox.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This next story comes from GameSpot. It appears Blizzard is going to be working on mobile titles for possibly all of its IPs.
Yeah, I saw that and I had to throw it in because with the flop of Diablo Immortal, a game that has not even been released, I can't believe Blizzard is doing this. So,
I mean, that game will make $1 trillion.
oh yeah, 100%. Microtransactions on a mobile game, yeah, people will buy it. I'm going to test it out, but I don't see myself playing it a lot. So, quote, in terms of Blizzard's approach to mobile gaming, many of us over the last few years have shifted from playing primarily desktop to playing many hours on mobile. We have many of our best...
I'm sorry. I interrupt you.
Okay.
I call complete bullshit on this. I call
100%
bullshit.
100%.
This feels like such a lie. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
this
yeah.
feels like a lie.
I haven't even finished reading the sentence yet. And so continuing the quote, and we have many of our best developers now working on new mobile titles across all of our IPs, end quote, says Adem during a BlizzCon 2018 press conference, according to a Reddit user. Quote, some of them are with external partners like Diablo Immortal. Many of them are being developed internally only. We'll have more information to share on those in the future. I will say also that we have new products in development today at Blizzard. We have more new products in development today at Blizzard than we've ever had in our history, and our future is very bright, end quote. So if you're new to Blizzard or you just haven't, you don't know them, their main franchises are Diablo, Warcraft, StarCraft, and Overwatch, and also Hearthstone and Heroes of Warcraft or Heroes of the Storm.
Those are both spin-offs of the other games, though.
Mm-hmm. So, but their main ones are Diablo, Warcraft, StarCraft, and Overwatch.
So they say that in that quote that they have many more projects in the works than ever before.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe the reason that their games are usually so good is because they don't make 1 trillion games.
That's right, which makes me... I'm kind of concerned about that. Like, yeah, BlizzCon was great. Everybody hated Diablo Immortal. There's a lot of weird stuff going on with it.
Ash is
Blizzard.
Really fun.
Ash is really fun. She's in Quick Play now, by the way.
Seems like she got there super quick.
I know. That is, yeah. She was on the PTR for literally, I think, 3 or 4 days. And then she was on the live client. She is not in competitive yet, by the way. Yeah, it kind of makes me feel like I don't know what Blizzard's doing. Like, they took forever on Diablo 4, they're taking forever on Diablo 4. They announced Diablo Immortal. They're doing pretty good stuff with Overwatch. StarCraft's amazing. Warcraft is doing its own thing. Hearthstone's doing cool stuff. Heroes of the Storm's doing great stuff. And it's just kind of like, why even worry about mobile? Like,
you're money.
I know, but I feel like they're not hurting for money.
They're not. So I don't. It's Activision Blizzard. It's like people always forget that
that's true.
It's Activision Blizzard. It's not just Blizzard.
I honestly forgot about that. Yeah.
If they're also coming out with main titles, it's not that big of a deal. But I don't want their development time to go mostly into mobile games that I'm just not going to play. I just don't play. There are good mobile games. I know there are because I've played some of them. But I just don't play mobile games. I just don't. The only game...
Me neither.
The only mobile game I ever play is Flip Flop Solitaire now. It's the only game.
I like that one. Yeah, it's one of those things where, and I've tried to play mobile games. I've even downloaded, emulators on my computer to play my mobile games that I didn't want to play on my phone because I was going to use my phone for something else. Anyway, it's a stupid long thing. I have friends that solely play mobile games. And they have a gaming PC and a PS4 and a Switch and yada yada. but they primarily spend all their time on mobile games. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me because personally I don't like them. And we did a whole episode about mobile games, but we're not going to get into that here because we dedicated an episode to it.
Yeah, we discovered that we actually like mobile games better than anything.
That's right. You can go listen to the episode. I think it's episode 22. But yeah, I had to cover this. I had to talk about this and get Ryan's thoughts on it. I agree with Ryan. If they are working on main titles or updating the games that we currently have and that are out and making them better and giving us more cosmetic stuff and just better in-game activities, that's awesome. And if you have other teams that are working on the mobile games, that's great. But do not take from the main development team to put them on a mobile game, because that's a terrible idea.
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of things that are good ideas, this is also coming from GameSpot. The Spider-Man PS4 DLC suits are out. Or not out, but they're just there that you can unlock for the DLC. So the first DLC suit, or the suits from the first DLC, which is called the Heist, you can get the Scarlet Spider 2, the Resilient suit, and the Spider-Man UK suit. Out of those three, the Spider-Man UK suit looks pretty cool. And the second DLC suite, whatever you want to call it, coming from the Turf Wars, you get the Spider-Man MK1 suit, the Spider-Clan suit, and the Iron Spider armor. So those look pretty awesome if you have Spider-Man for PS4 and you want to get those DLCs. These also come with those suits, and it looks pretty cool. Anything about that? You don't really care about DLC, do you?
I sold Spider-Man the day after I beat it, so I mean, they look kind of cool, so if you're still playing it, good for you. Should be cool.
Yeah, going back to mobile games, Harry Potter, Wizards Unite, and Pokemon Go developer might get a new game. So that was worded really weird, but so pretty much Niantic, the people that do Pokemon Go, is gonna do a Harry Potter mobile game, which is weird because there's already a Harry Potter mobile game, but Niantic announced that they're doing a mobile game based on the world of the Harry Potter mobile game Wizards Unite.
Wait.
So it's
okay. That's
yeah. So the mobile game Harry Potter Wizards Unite is getting a game from Niantic that it will be a Harry Potter game. So
why?
I don't know.
Two garbage mobile games and make them into one.
Yep. So it's weird. We still don't know too much about Harry Potter Wizards Unite, which is the current game that's out. Or sorry.
No, that's the one that came out already, right?
Yeah, that's the one that's out.
So
obviously, we'll let you know the title or anything if it's worth knowing. Niantic says it'll pioneer all new technology and gameplay mechanics and take advantage of its full AR platform. End quote. So it's, yeah. That's cool. Niantic and WB haven't announced any release date for... Oh, actually, my bad. That's the title of the game. Harry Potter Wizards Unite. That is not to be confused with the current Harry Potter game.
Okay.
That is called whatever it is.
I'm going to look at that up.
So, yeah, Harry Potter Wizards Unite looks...
Hogwarts Mystery.
That's what it's called. Thank you. So it's Harry Potter Wizards Unite. It's apparently coming 2019. And that's really it. The logo looks kind of cool. It's Niantic, so it's going to be like augmented reality.
Oh yeah, that always works well.
Mm-hmm. There's a teaser trailer that obviously, it looks like the Pokemon Go trailer. The girl is like warping into an alley and she's trying to catch a snitch before it disappears, and she, casts a spell on a poster, and it's just like, which warns that the wizarding world's a risk of exposure. So who knows?
I know that it's gonna suck. Yeah, that's right.
Wonderful job.
Yeah.
Command & Conquer's getting a 4K remastered version coming soon.
I don't know what that is.
So Command and Conquer is a game that's done by Electronic Arts, also known as EA. It's a real-time strategy series, and it's being completely remastered for modern platforms. Woo! You're not excited for that?
No, I still don't know what it is.
Okay,
I've heard of the game before. I don't.
You don't play a lot of RTSs.
Maybe I do.
So,
you don't know.
Maybe you might be the best there ever was at RTSs.
No.
So, Square Enix confirmed that they plan to remaster the original Command and Conquer.
So Square Enix made it? I thought you said EA made it.
What did I say? Did I Square Enix?
Yeah, you said Square Enix.
Oh, my bad. That is a lie.
I'm so confused.
So this article is coming from Polygon. What is being remastered is Command and Conquer. Command and Conquer Red Alert to apparently 4K glory. That's that's not the title. They're just gonna take Command and Conquer, its prequel and sequel, and make it 4K.
Did you say squeakle?
I did. Yeah. So that's kind of cool. For all you Command and Conquer fans, it's gonna be 4K. But I just recently watched a video and
any Command and Conquer fans?
I don't know. So apparently, Command and Conquer will be re-released as a single remastered collection without microtransactions. So it will include the Command and Conquer game. It'll include the prequel, which is Caribbean Dawn, and the sequel, which is Red Alert, and the expansions as well, Covert Ops, Counter-Strike, and Aftermath, without microtransactions.
So if you're excited about this weird re-release of this old game that no one cares about, I'm happy for you.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Happy.
That's right. Going to some sad news.
Yeah, this is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Telltale Games titles delisted from Steam, apparently. The studio is going to be under liquidation. This comes from Polygon. So did they go bankrupt? Is that?
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Oh yeah, so it's weird, all you can't. There are no more Telltale games on Steam at all.
Wow,
and
that's crazy.
They just literally they're gone.
They got man.
But some of those products are still available on other platforms like PlayStation Store, Xbox Store, and Humble Bundle, which is weird. I guess since they're, they can't directly list them on those things. They're done through a different channel, I assume. They can't remove them just like that. Unfortunately, the developer laid off its vast majority of its employees, like we said in September, and it announced its planned shutdown. And then they were like, "Wait, we're gonna do the final season of The Walking Dead for people." And now they're like, "Nope, we're bankrupt."
Well, they weren't gonna do it. It was Skybound. Remember?
Well, yeah,
They're not doing it.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant by Skybound. I assumed they have followed the Telltale news, and they knew that Skybound was going to make.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sure they didn't follow the news. I'm sure they were told about it. I doubt they had to look on Polygon to find out.
Yes, that's true. That's what I meant. Thank you for correcting me.
Is there anything else about this?
That's it, really. They're currently liquidating its assets, and that sucks because I was going to get some of these games on Steam, but now I have to go get them other places really quickly before they take them down. So. Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they went back up eventually. Maybe somebody will buy them or something, so they can just make some money off of them. Somebody might come in and scoop up the IP.
Maybe. The thing that I'm honestly kind of excited for is that the storytellers and the people that worked at Telltale can hopefully go get jobs at other game industry jobs and write some really good stories for some of these people that don't have very good stories in their games. So that's kind of cool. Hopefully, fingers crossed that some of these Telltale writers get jobs at studios.
I can't imagine that most of them won't get jobs. I mean, these games don't sell that well, apparently, but they were, for the most part, fairly critically successful.
Yeah, they're good at writing and drawing and making games. They just didn't sell well.
They didn't make very good. Their game engine was trash.
That is true. But
Yeah. Probably had a lot to do with it, honestly.
yeah, they could have done a better job. But this is where it gets you, people. If you're making a game, just look at Telltale, do things different, because if not, you'll go bankrupt. How do you feel about Sony skipping E3 2019?
It doesn't really bother me, honestly. Their E3 conference in 2018 was pretty trash. It was pretty bad. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was. So this makes me kind of glad that I'm not going to be able to attend E3 in 2019 because I was honestly really looking forward to watching Sony's coverage at E3. So Sony will be skipping E3's traditional booth, or skipping its traditional booth and press conference, in a move that they will have a significant negative impact on the video game industry's annual trade show.
Wait,
so
you said, we'll say that again?
So Sony is skipping next year's E3, ditching its traditional booth and press conference in a move that will have a significant negative impact on the video game industry's annual trade show.
Okay. I could see that.
Yeah. So that sucks. I wish that for me, I think what they would announce anyway would definitely be Death Stranding, The Last of Us 2, and Ghost of Tsushima. And then and then that'd be their big three, for their showcase of 2019.
Yeah, I don't think they have anything really new to announce.
Yeah, and I think that's maybe why they're skipping it.
Yeah, me too. They
also skipped this year's PlayStation experience, which was, it's a conference that's held in December. Every December. But yeah, it's weird that Sony's just skipping that. But I get it because, they didn't want to spend all the money and time putting it into E3 if
they don't have anything to say.
They don't have anything to say. We already know what they're going to say. They normally take a massive chunk of like one of the convention's two main halls. So it's going to be interesting to see what they feel, like what they put in those spots. If they're going to put like somebody else is going to sweep in, or if they're just going to do
I doubt it.
Other small venues. I'm not sure. Who knows?
I may just not really feel it. I mean, who's going to take the place of Sony?
That's true. Blizzard just comes in.
I mean, Activision already has a place, and they already have.
True.
They already have. They have Blizzard. Oh my gosh. BlizzCon. Thank you. So they're not. They don't really do E3.
That's true.
They don't need to. They have their own thing.
Maybe Sony's just gonna start their like a bigger conference, like a.
Nah, they just don't have. They don't have any reason to do it. That's clearly the reason. They're not doing PlayStation Experience, and they're not doing this because they've announced all their games, or all their big games.
That's true. Yeah, maybe that means we'll get PS5 in 2019 or 2020. So.
Well, if we're getting PS5 in 2019, they'd definitely be having an E3 conference.
That's a good point.
I can't imagine having an E3 conference. Like,
they just tweet about it, and it's just a link. Like, you can pre-order this now.
If anything, this confirms that it's not coming next year. Okay, so there is a rumor that Microsoft may be doing a discless. Is it a new? I guess it's a new iteration on the PlayStation. Not PlayStation. The Xbox One. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what the rumor is. That's the big rumor. They were talking about how their new console or their next gen consoles are called the Scarlet devices. I can never keep up with all these names of the Xboxes. So apparently this new console will not be in the Scarlet family. So this is just rumors by people that are, familiar with Microsoft and how the company does plans. So the Scarlet devices are Microsoft's next-gen consoles, but they're not expected until like 2020. But the company is still thinking about doing a discless console in 2019, just to kind of bridge the gap, have some sales, generate some revenue. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. I don't see a problem with this, mostly because most people, I wouldn't say most people, some people have a very large digital collection of games.
Oh yeah, a lot of people do. Not
the
I
new
say most,
goal.
but a lot of people do.
This edition, there will be a disc to digital program, as the name states, that'll turn your physical games into digital downloads. The idea is that you could take your disc to a participating realtor, like
Retailer.
Microsoft. Thank you. Like a Microsoft store, and trade in your disc for a digital download. The goal with the new console is to lower the price point for the hardware. Currently, it costs about $299 to buy an Xbox One. Microsoft is looking to lower the cost as much as $100, and the new console price point is going to be $200 or less.
It feels like this points towards the future that everyone, I guess, has been predicting. The streaming and or download only boxes that eventually might even just buy a box and you can download like a Switch or a Nintendo app or a PlayStation app. It's kind of a step towards that. It makes sense, and eventually I'm sure this will happen, whether or not this is true.
Yeah, this is just a rumor, like we said. It is interesting that if this rumor is true, that Microsoft is being willing to let people declutter their lives and give people digital downloads of their games. So that's pretty cool, if that is a thing.
I like how it says participating retail. What participating retailers are going to do this?
I don't know. Other than a Microsoft store.
Are there Microsoft stores? I've never seen one.
They're only in I don't know where all their locations are, but I've personally only seen them in the West. So Utah, Idaho, other places like that. Usually in, it's weird.
Big cities.
Yeah. Yeah. They look exactly the same as an Apple store. Big Microsoft logo, tons of glass, devices everywhere. You walk in, they try to sell you stuff that you don't really need. It's pretty much designed the same as an Apple store, to be honest, just with Microsoft products.
Because GameStop and Walmart, they're not going to do this.
Oh gosh,
why would they do this?
I can just imagine.
Excuse me, I have Assassin's Creed. I need this digital for my new Xbox.
Well,
and they're like, we don't do that here.
You can buy a gift card from us.
Yeah, so I definitely. It's weird that they say participating stores, but I'm pretty sure it will only be Microsoft.
Yeah, I can't imagine any other store doing this.
I was gonna say maybe Best Buy, maybe.
Why Best Buy?
Just because Best Buy has Microsoft areas, they have dedicated
Apple areas.
That's true. So I could see them doing this.
They would still be giving you literally a free game for no reason.
That's true.
There's no way. And there's no store that's gonna do this except, like you said, Microsoft store. No other store has a reason to. I could not imagine a store doing this. They're already losing customers. Why would they?
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Especially
you go into a hardware store.
Exactly.
Okay.
No,
now that I think about that,
there's no way this happens except in a Microsoft store. There's just no way.
Unless Microsoft gives them a ton of money, and every X amount of games you do this with, you get something.
$1 million.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, this may be true, but there's no way more than the only retailer I could imagine doing this is Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could send your disc in to Microsoft, and they could send you back a digital copy or something.
Or just load it up on your system, or directly.
Well, if it's discless, how are you gonna do that?
Oh, that's true.
It's not gonna have a disk drive.
No, I mean if you send it to them in the mail, then when they get it in the mail, Microsoft just remotely connects to your Xbox and then just downloads the game to your Xbox.
I got you. Yeah, that might be something else they could do. Those are some options. Take them or leave them, Microsoft. You can have them for free. Let's move on from one massive corporation to the next. Valve rumored to be working on its own VR headset, possibly for Half-Life VR. Apparently, rumors go back to 2016.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about this?
I saw this and I'm like, okay, I like any news that has to do with Valve because I like them as a company. My first thought was I'd play a Half-Life VR, and then I was like, No, I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
So, yeah, apparently, so as rumors go, there's been leaked pictures of this headset, and you can go. It looks like when you go to the eye doctor, and they're like number 1 or number 2, and it looks like that. If you put your face in it, like it does not look comfortable to wear. It looks painful. So you can just look at these
pictures. Prototype.
It does. It is, So apparently, the headset will have 135 field of view, put it in line with the most recent HTC Vive display, and it'll come with the new, what they are calling, quote unquote, Knuckles motion controllers, and 2 cameras and integrated headphones will also be included. So, and then it shows a picture of the rumored Valve headset, which is kind of cool looking.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is real. I mean, Valve clearly likes hardware. They made, the Valve controller, or the Steam controller and the Steam box. So I wouldn't be surprised. And they have enough money.
I will say, in the picture, they did open up the headset, and on the circuit board, it does clearly have the Valve logo, embedded onto the motherboard of the system.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Apparently, it's going to be bundled with a Half-Life game, and it's this next line of the article made me laugh so much. This would likely not be Half-Life 3, but a prequel game instead. And I'm like,
that's actually hilarious.
I'm like, people, Half-Life 3 is not coming out.
That makes me happy.
They are not making
another Half-Life game, and it's not Half-Life 3. That's amazing.
Yes. So, yeah, that'd be cool if it was a prequel game. I'd be okay with it. Half-Life has not released a new game since Half-Life 2 Episode 2 more than a decade ago. And that game is still awesome. They've done a lot of side in-between stories and, different stuff like that. But not Half-Life 3.
I actually think that this is incredible. If they release another Half-Life game and it's not Half-Life 3, I might actually just burst into laughter.
Yeah, it as someone that's wanted Half-Life 3 forever, like probably honestly more than I've wanted Kingdom Hearts 3. It's no, don't leave. I can't do this alone. Thank you for staying. Don't worry. I know Kingdom Hearts and Square Enix is a superior company to Valve.
They don't have as much money.
I know they don't have enough money.
As much money as Valve.
After Kingdom Hearts 3, Square Enix will be 1% closer to being as rich as Valve.
What do you think about these rumors? Do you think it's that they're true, or?
I think it's 80% true.
80% true.
Or if I just had to take off the percentage all the way, I'd say yes, this is true, and it's probably coming holiday season 2019.
I could definitely see it being true. Like I said, Valve likes hardware. I do think they like innovating. They have money to do it because they make it.
Why not? And I've been thinking about getting a VR headset. I don't know which one I want to get because I haven't done a lot of research on them, and they're a lot of money.
Yeah, they are a lot of money.
If this comes with a new Half-Life game, and it has Valve backing it, and it's like under $200 or around the right price point for this, and they can just so they could do a lot of things right with this and just sweep under everybody and kick all their legs out and just like corner their market for.
They definitely could. I think
VR systems.
The PlayStation VR is the one doing the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know if they could do it like a price point comparable to the PlayStation VR. I do think they could do really well.
Because they're doing a lot of stuff amazingly great with Steam, like Steam Big Picture, the Steam boxes. That Valve knows what they're doing. They're a smart company.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Especially I'd say one of their best decisions ever was just like straight up saying, we are not making Half-Life 3. Stop asking us. It is not happening.
We're not
doing
asking.
it. I know, and there's still people like this article, like at the end of this article, there's like, early this year, we got to visit Valve and came back with some thoughts on why Half-Life 3 hasn't been made. Read the article here. And
because they don't want to make it.
They don't want to. they're working on other things. They straight up just like they don't want to work on Half-Life 3. That's, you know why?
Gabe's on Gabe's tombstone is going to say Half-Life 3 is not coming.
Yes.
Never.
That's correct.
And then people are still going to be like, wait a minute. If you subtract, he was born in 1973. If you take all those numbers away, and if you add the letters HALF, LIFE, Half-Life 3 confirmed.
It's like if you play what he says backwards into a a Morse code generator,
and then you take all the stuff and throw it away, and then you just say Half-Life 3 confirmed.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think this is awesome. This wasn't even on my radar. I didn't even think about Valve making this. I didn't even, it's one of those things where if I hadn't seen this article and Valve would came out with it, I would have been like, that's awesome. Like, I want to buy one just because it's like, surprise, we made a VR headset. And it's like, that's awesome. Good job, Valve. Like,
I love how all our Valve conversations, anytime Valve comes up, it always devolves into Half-Life 3 is not coming.
Oh, yeah. Like, I like reminding people, even though I'm a big Half-Life fan and I enjoy Half-Life, even I know it's not coming. Like, it's not coming.
No, it's not coming. They just don't want to believe it.
I believe it wholeheartedly. Like, I have to remind myself, like, this game will come, like, when I see a rumor for a game, I'm like, well, that game's definitely going to come out before Half-Life 3.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Something else that apparently is not coming is the Nintendo 64 Classic. This,
that
Kotaku
sucks.
reports that Reggie, who is Fizame, who is the head of Nintendo America, says, quote, "We were clear when we did the first two classics. That for us these were limited time opportunities that will wait for us as a business to bridge from the conclusion of Wii U as a hardware system to the launch of the Nintendo Switch." He said, "That was the very strategic reason we launched the NES Classic. The Wii U had been fading fast by early 2016, and the Switch didn't launch until early 2017. So while the consumers may have been anticipating something, we view these as limited time opportunities. We've also been very clear that as the consumer looks forward to engaging with our classic content, that is going to happen more and more with subscription services. Would you rule out a Nintendo 64 Classic?" Somebody asked the Polygon, no, Kotaku, excuse me. "I would never rule it out, but I can tell you that it's certainly not in our planning horizon."
So he said a lot of things there that I think he did a very good job of answering that question. And the fact of, he's like, this is what we feel, and this is what we're doing from a business standpoint. And I'm like, well, good for you. Thank you for giving us a business reason and also a personal reason of like, hey, we wanted to make these limited to bridge this gap for gaming. Our focus is on the Switch. We're not saying it's not coming. We're just saying it's not coming during this holiday season. It's like, no, we're not working on it, but, we're not saying we wouldn't work on it in the past. So
yeah, it sounds to me like the reason they made the NES and SNES Classics was almost
the
because
classics.
They didn't have, like, the Switch wasn't out yet and the Wii U wasn't doing very good. So they kind of needed something to kind of bridge the gap that could actually sell and remind people that they did, in fact, have games.
Which, that's a good idea. And it did. It kept people, and the people are still buying them. They're always sold out at stores when I go. And, people are obviously, selling them on eBay and everywhere else, too. So people are loving them. And they look really cool, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So
I love them.
I enjoy them. I've been thinking about buying one, but it's just, I haven't yet, just because, there's tons of other games I need to buy. The Devil May Cry series is getting a Netflix adaptation by the executive producer of the Castlevania series. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, I'm actually a bigger Devil May Cry fan than Castlevania fan.
Really?
I mean, I've never really played the Castlevania games, but I've played some Devil May Cry games.
So they didn't give any specific terms for of what it means for the overall series. He did inform us that he acquired the Devil May Cry rights himself, and he was talking about how it's a financial investment, and it's allowing him more creative freedom, which is pretty cool. So maybe we'll get a Devil May Cry Castlevania crossover. That'd be pretty awesome.
He said he acquired the Devil May Cry rights for himself so the jabronis in Hollywood don't F this one up too.
Yeah, he said, I wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for the fans. And so he's like, he was talking about the success of Castlevania, which he said he really overperformed. It did crazy well. We immediately got greenlit for a third season, thanking the fans who made this all possible. He said, I wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for the fans. And so it's awesome. Season 2 was amazing. I'm excited for season 3. We will definitely cover
season
it.
3 before season 2.
They did.
Which is weird.
So, yeah, it's awesome. I'm excited for this. He tweeted a picture out, and it's just, it says open for business, and it's just a picture of Dante, and it looks awesome.
It does look pretty cool.
I'm pretty happy for this. So, because I haven't played a lot of the games. I played the first one. I think I played the third one.
They're fun.
And
they're really fun.
Yeah, they're super fun. Great
games.
games.
Get really difficult on those higher difficulty settings, like Dante must die edition, or is like you die in one hit, I believe, but the enemies don't die in one hit.
Yeah,
which is ridiculous.
So, it is.
If you tell us you beat that, stop lying.
Exactly. So
moving on, we got some more crossplay news. It seems Smite Paladins and Realm Royale are getting crossplay according to PC Gamer. So if you're into those bad games, you can join.
So it'll let PS4 is not getting. You can't play along. But
PS4, I love how they're like crossplay and then they're just like, nah, JK.
It's JK. Just Xbox One and PC
just
players
Fortnite,
can work around
just
together.
Fortnite.
You know, yeah. So it's whatever.
Is my roommate taking a shower?
It's fine.
It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, he might be getting ready for his day. Who knows?
I hate my roommates.
I mean, yes, I understand. The last one comes from PC Gamer as well. There's 7 old school Lucas game art films that just popped up on Steam. They're pretty cool. I didn't realize they were a thing until I was looking at deals earlier today and saw that Star Wars Episode 1 Racer is now on Steam. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I realized there was a lot more. So if you want to check out those, they're on Steam.
The list is. Are you gonna tell them the list?
You can tell them the list.
Okay, it's Sam and Max Hit the Road. Ooh, they got Escape from Monkey Island. I may pick that up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My roommates are just actually screaming right now.
It's fine. Maybe they're getting murdered.
Oh my gosh. I hope they are. Escape from Monkey Island, which is an amazing game that I kind of want to buy. Zack McCracken and the Alien Mindbenders, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, Outlaws plus a handful of missions, Afterlife, Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, and Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. So if you're a fan of old LucasArts games, you can go check them out on Steam. I'm definitely going to check out Monkey Island because I actually adore that game.
I think that GOG has a lot of Monkey Islands. Check that out whenever you have a chance. I think that they have like at least 3 or 4 of them, maybe. I might be imagining that.
Okay.
Moving into our deals section, we did want to tell you guys about just a couple of deals. We just got 3 of them we wanted to discuss with you and tell you about. Obviously, it's the best time to shop this time of season. Ni no Kuni 2 is available for $30 on Steam. The offer ends Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, so check that out.
Oh my gosh, they're so loud.
It's okay. Because I'm loud too sometimes, but it's fine. We will knock this out of the park, and then you can go murder them.
I'm gonna go fight them.
Okay. Best Buy is having a PlayStation 4 1 terabyte bundle with Marvel Spider-Man for $100, $199.99.
Did you say that
that's a pretty good deal?
Had a Red Dead deal?
I think they have a Red Dead deal for like 200 and some change, but I saw the graphic and it looked like it was Best Buy, but I didn't actually like follow the rabbit hole of like where that was at. And the last one we want to talk about is, yes, you're going to hear this correctly, Kohl's. Kohl's is having a Nintendo Switch bundle for $330. You get a Nintendo Switch, a carry-in case, a Turtle Beach headset, plus $90 Kohl's Cash.
So I don't know if you can use that Kohl's Cash to buy video games. If you can, this seems like one of the best deals on the Nintendo Switch.
So you can't use the Kohl's Cash to buy games on the Nintendo Switch digitally, but if you do, you can use the Kohl's Cash in store.
Buy physical games if they have them.
Which I think technically counts. I think you can use the Kohl's Cash to make an in-store purchase for an item on their website. I think that counts. So you might be able to just, obviously, people at Kohl's, they're super nice. Most of the time, they'll tell you, yes, you can use Kohl's Cash for this. No, you can't. But if you're looking to get a best deal for somebody, I'd say that's probably the best one out there. They're giving you $90, essentially, to buy that through them. So that's pretty awesome. And that's pretty much it for the show. We're going to do the outro real quick so Ryan can go murder his roommates and I can do whatever I'm going to do before I go into work. Okay, let's do this. As always, our intro and outro music is Back to Business by the Heatley Brothers. You can listen to the topic show on Wednesdays. It's called One Up Me. We talk about different topics. It might be Red Dead this week. It might not be. Who knows? You'll have to tune in and see on all podcast services all around the world. We're on iTunes and Google Podcasts. You can subscribe there. We'd appreciate if you share it on social media with your friends, grandma, and auntie, everybody you know. Tell your enemies.
Review.
Yes, we would love some reviews, whether they be good, bad, ugly, or indifferent.
Just good. Only good reviews.
Just let us know what you think. We have an Instagram, One Up Me Gaming. We have a Reddit, r/One Up Me Podcast. We have a Discord, which will be in the description as well. You can follow us on Twitch when we finally get back on that schedule after holidays and crazy New Year's stuff and everything that's going to be happening in our lives. You can follow the podcast on Twitter, One Up Me Podcast. You can hashtag play on the hashtag Ask One Up Me or the hashtag One Up Me Podcast to submit your question topics or just interact with us on Twitter. In general, you can follow me on Twitter at Swaylock. You can follow Ryan on Twitter at Ryan Divisions. Ryan does a lot of cool stuff on Twitter. He posts articles sometimes. You can also support us on Patreon, and we would love for you to do that. If you want to, give us $1 or $2 to help us support the show. And this topic is we do a monthly subscription, not a monthly subscription. That's not what I'm trying to say. I am trying to say we do a monthly Patreon exclusive podcast. This topic will be Toonami this week. You can email the show, oneupmepodcast@gmail.com. All these links and everything are going to be in the show notes as always. We have a website, oneupmegaming.com. You can check us out there. All of our links and everything is going to be on that website. You can also, if you want to support the show by shopping on Amazon, that'd be greatly appreciated. That link will also be in the description, and you can share it on social media and everywhere. It is awesome. We get a little kickback. That would be greatly appreciated. If you don't want to support us on Patreon, that's fine. The show will always be free, but we definitely appreciate you listening to us and sharing with people and telling us, but we would like some more interaction with the wonderful listeners of this show. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, topics. We are always open to having topics for the show and things you want us to discuss. We're down for Q&As, whatever you want, For the most part, we have a running Google Docs list that, we do stuff on, different people's ideas they've sent in. We love ideas. And just let us know what you think about the show. And please be safe during this holiday season, during Black Friday and shopping, and during the awkward conversations of Thanksgiving. You can just let your family know about our podcast, and we'd appreciate that.
That'll make it less awkward.
That's right. Be like, hey, I know family that you don't like, that I made X, Y, and Z life choices, but I listen to this podcast, and they're pretty good. And then you can say, hey, smart speaker, play this podcast. So you guys will hear from us again on Wednesday, and as always, play on.